In music, rhythm is one of the most challenging things to master. It's the heartbeat of the song. It's what keeps the song going. It's the foundation. And so today, I'm gonna show you 3 exercises to improve your rhythm on the piano. So rhythm is kind of like math. And that's why our first exercise, which is an amazing exercise for rhythm, is our rhythmic subdivision. And we're gonna use our C major scale. And we're gonna be practicing within quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes. So let's play the track and let's practice this together. Okay, so we're gonna start with our quarter notes, just like this. And you wanna make sure you're right on the beat, not jumping ahead and not falling behind. So you can practice that once or twice, just kind of warm up on the piano. Let's try it again. So just quarter notes. So next, we're gonna move to our eighth notes. It's gonna go twice as fast. All right, here's 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And to turn it around, let's do this little C, D, C. There you go. And then it kind of keeps playing nice and fluidly, so that your fingers don't stop. There's the 8th notes. You can play along with me too if this helps. Okay, next rhythm is gonna be our triplets. So just take this one hand if you need. We're gonna fit 3 notes in one beat like this. Okay, that might seem a little tricky. So count with me, triplet. Triplet, 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 triplet. Or you can count to 3 like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now you're starting to get to that subdivision. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a really tricky one. Let's try 16 notes. So now we're getting really fast. And you count like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So those are the 4 different rhythms that we're working between: quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes. So the idea is you kind of mix and match between those rhythms. So go from quarter note into triplets to eighth notes to 16th notes. And you can do this at any rhythm, in any scale, and at any tempo. Right now, for reference, that was at 70 beats per minute. So if that's a little too fast for you, start slower and gradually work your way up. And if that was all right for you, try challenging yourself and go even faster. Okay, so we've looked at rhythms with scales, but now how do we apply rhythms to actual songs? So the next few exercises I'm gonna show you are popular chord pattern rhythms that as a piano player, you must know. Okay, so the first one you need to know is called the pop pattern. You hear this pattern all the time in pop music, and if I add chords to it, kind of sounds familiar, right? It goes like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And this is a must-know piano rhythm, and you can add that to any progression. But let me show you how to play it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're gonna hit it on beat 1, the and of 2, and beat 4. So it sounds like this: 1 and 2 and, that's the hard one, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And left hand can just hit C and G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now if I start adding chords to this, here's G sus. Here's A minor. We have a song written right here. And what happens if I change the chord progression? Let's make it sound like All of Me by John Legend. If I just change the progression but keep the same rhythm. C and down to G. And again, you can go in different keys. Play different chord progressions. Keep that same pattern though. It completely transforms the song. Let's go happy. So when you're practicing that, try to get that rhythm down first. That 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then you add both hands in. Left hand's just holding 2 and 3 and 4. And and then start adding your own chord progressions to that rhythm. Okay, have you ever had a friend or seen someone who's clapping on the wrong beat? Like a song's playing and they're clapping on 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you don't know that person, maybe it's you. So I want to save you a bit of embarrassment. If you don't want to be that person with bad rhythm, I'm going to show you how to learn the offbeats, because that's the next technique that we're going to be practicing. Now, what is an offbeat exactly? Well, an offbeat is when you're doing the ands, the spaces in between the beats. So in music, it would look like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So typically we love to play on the beat, but now we're gonna start to play stuff like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G, 2, 3, 4. So you see it's in the space in between the beats on the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if I just play C, G, A minor, F in my right hand, I'm gonna play on beat, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna try that, but my left hand is gonna play offbeat. So take a listen to what that sounds like. 1 and 2. See how they're opposite right now? And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you're just alternating. But what if I'm not playing quarter notes in my right hand? I can just hold it and go a little faster like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3. So you kind of feel those offbeats with that left hand. Now, if I take a different chord progression, see if you recognize the song now. Coldplay also uses this technique in The Scientist. It's just alternating. Adds a nice little sus chord in there, but it's D minor to B flat, and then he resolves on F. So this next section is actually about the polyrhythm, which is one of the most fun exercises to play, and also one of the things that makes you really, really good at rhythm. And what a polyrhythm is 2 time signatures or 2 sort of time feels at the same time. So we're gonna be talking about the 3/2 polyrhythm. So one of our hands is gonna be playing in 3 while the other hand plays in 2. Your right hand is gonna go like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just in 3, right? You're just counting the 3. Your left hand is gonna be counting 1, 2, 1, 2. So 3 in the right hand, 2 in the left hand. But let me show you the pattern, because this is the secret to nailing this. You're gonna go together, right, left, right. So it doesn't sound like much because we don't have the rhythm yet, but it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do you hear the right hand? 1, 2, 3, 1. Now focus on the left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. Together, right, left, right. Together, right, left. If you're doing this, you're playing a polyrhythm, and that is really tricky. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, and then together again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that is quite the brain buster of an exercise, and one that you absolutely need to include in your daily practice is practicing that 3/2 polyrhythm. And there's even more polyrhythms that exist. I'm showing you the most basic one to get when you're just kind of starting off with that technique. You might be like, okay, well that sounds cool, but how would you actually throw this into a song? Or how do you make that musical? So I'm gonna show you a chord progression, one of my favorite chord progressions. And we're gonna add some 7th chords. If you can't play 7ths, don't worry, you don't have to play the 7ths. I'm gonna play A minor 7, G, A, C, and E. Then I'm just gonna move my G down to F sharp. This is called D9 or D dominant 9. F sharp, A, C, E. Then my thumb moves down one more time to F, and I'm gonna play G in my left hand. F, A, C, E. And then I'm gonna go to my C chord. So this is a very advanced chord progression for a very advanced rhythm technique. And it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now listen to the left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can start to speed it up. And if we add an actual drum beat to it, 12/8 is a great one to practice with if you want to try this out. So let's try it with the track. So let's start with the right hand. 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Move your thumb down. Move your thumb down again. Then go to C chord. Now let's add the left hand. So this requires a lot of concentration because you have two rhythms happening at the exact same time. And you can practice this on any chord progression. Let me switch a chord progression here. Let's go C to G over B to E7, A minor, to G minor, to C7, to F major. You can make it as complex or as simple as you like. Here's a D minor, here's that G with an F, and then resolve on a C. That is how you make a polyrhythm sound musical. So if you want to get the most out of your practice sessions and really master rhythm in the fastest way possible, you need to use our practice feature where you can slow down these exercises or speed them up and take them at your own pace. So click the link below for a free 7-day trial. Those are 3 of my favorite exercises to improve your rhythm on the piano. And I promise you that if you practice each of these and add them into your daily practice sessions, it's gonna start to come out in your songs and make you an even better piano player. So let me know your favorite rhythm pattern in the comments down below. Make sure you hit like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you next time.